What about on
Oh, we're
your
recording
side?
right now. Welcome to Nick's Right Podcast. We're Nick is always right, Gen Xer, old millennial, and we have a continued special guest with Ariana
Part
Alvarez.
two of the
Part
episode.
2. I feel like we didn't have enough time last time to really get out everything that we were wanting to talk about, and we do have a lot of stuff to talk about this time. It's still geared towards a movie, but we're going to talk about other stuff as well. I actually asked Nick to pray us in today. He agreed to it, but he probably forgot about it. So
I didn't forget.
okay, so Nick's gonna pray us in today, and then we're gonna get started.
Jesus, I just wanted to come to you today and steal a moment of your time for someone who has done absolutely nothing to deserve it. And thank you. Just thank you for putting me in the position to be with these two people that I'm with, who you have put into my life, that I have grown to love and admire and respect endlessly. And so that we can do this podcast and give the grace to you where it belongs, Jesus. And I thank you for that and everything else you've done for me and for us and made our lives as beautiful and as special as they are. In your name, always. Amen.
Amen. Oh, we love
Next
Nick.
time you'll do it.
Okay, yay. I'll take it. I get to
You want to
be
close this out today?
Okay, yeah.
She said, "Okay."
Okay, I get to be the young millennial.
Oh, you are the young millennial.
Yes, we got
guess so.
representation
Yeah,
here.
I forget there's like an age gap between you and me.
Nick's right
Yeah.
or Ariana.
or Ariana.
Whichever.
Nick's Right Podcast or
Ariana. Dot. That's awesome.
So, I want to start out by kind of giving you your surprise.
We're starting with the
Let's
surprise.
start with the surprise.
And I do remember what the surprise was.
It took him a minute.
It was kind of a surprise for me too, actually.
So I've been.
Pleasantly.
A lot of people have been. There's actually two surprises. A lot of people have been coming to me after we released the other episode, and they are all loving it. They, especially Cammie. Cammie was very appreciative of everything we said.
Yay.
We did ask her permission to get everything out. She's like, "All glory to God," and we're like,
Yes.
"Sweet," because we have a lot of content that we can put out just on your story alone. And then today was actually scheduled for Manda. Manda played your best friend,
Yes.
the feminist best friend who was basically trying to lead you astray in the movie. And I text Manda because I just didn't want to do it remote because it just wouldn't look as good. It wouldn't sound as good. And we want to have the best representation for anything that we're doing, especially if we're representing Christ in any way. We wanna have
Amanda
the
has
best-
to be a part of this series.
Oh, absolutely.
That's mandatory.
Absolutely.
That's
because
mandatory.
if
Mandatory.
what people don't know is that we auditioned Manda first.
She was the first one.
She was the
that
first
I saw
audition
of probably
for
25. Yeah.
for your role.
Yeah.
We had her set.
I
Carl
was
liked
sold.
her.
Yeah,
everyone
I thought she
liked
was great.
her.
Her audition was very strong.
It was very strong.
really
Like she was
strong.
number 2. Like when I said that there was 1, 2, 3, she was number 2.
Yeah.
And we liked her so much that we were like, I don't even know that we had a role, but we wrote a role. Is that right?
No, that's not entirely true. We didn't have it casting for the role that she ended up taking very well. I might admit, I might add, but we that role was written because Carl wanted it written into the story.
And then we ended up giving it to
and then
her.
we went into auditions.
Okay.
And she
So
ended up getting it.
because we were brainstorming because we really wanted Manda to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Like because she was such a cheerleader for us right at the beginning. She's been in the industry for a while as well.
Plus, she knew how to spell Louis Vuitton,
That's
which
impressive.
I didn't know how to spell Louis Vuitton.
Same. Yeah, Amanda was awesome. I
Yeah.
have some awesome stories.
Yeah.
With
And
her.
she has a movie out called Flip Turn. She was one of the female leads in that movie.
I think that's a surfboarding movie.
No, it's a swimming
movie.
The-
Okay.
I know the director on that. His name is Alan, and he said it's Karate Kid but with swimming.
Ooh,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, and I auditioned for the main lead, the coach of the lead. Like I auditioned for that.
Wow.
And here's how I know that I got really far in the casting in that one because I met the director later on at a networking event. He's like, "How do I know you?" And I'm like, "I'm a local actor. I've auditioned for this." He's like, "You auditioned for my movie. I was actually going to choose you, and I chose somebody else."
Oh, that's great.
Oh my goodness,
Thank
you're
you.
like,
I was like,
thank you
"Thanks."
for the
Yeah.
best backhanded compliment I've ever received.
Don't you love that?
So close I could taste it, and yet
I
it
know.
wasn't me.
You're so good. You came in second place.
Yes, you're so good. I almost wanted you, and then I don't know. I just didn't pick you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Thanks.
it was great to hear, but
Yeah.
that's also what inspired me to start writing my own stuff, because I'm like,
Wow.
you know what? I'm gonna put the Infinity Gauntlet on like Thanos and say, I'll just do it myself. Start writing it and wrote my own roles.
good.
Yeah, thank God
And,
for that time stone.
Thank
Really
no
need
one
that.
gets, you don't get that reference.
No,
do you?
I don't. But all I know is that I'm waiting for my surprise.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're
I'm
purposely
just like-
just talking about.
So
all
first surprise is Manda saw the clips and she's like, I agree. I'll look at flights. We'll make something happen to where I can actually come in studio. And I was
Sweet.
like, let's go. And then I
That's
looked at Nick. I was like,
awesome.
it worked. You know,
That was the whole. Okay.
We
It
hooked her.
People saw the clip. People saw it.
And now they
it
want to
worked.
come. Yay.
Yeah. And I told her, I was like, thank you so much for understanding that. And she was like, I think because she's always been a cheerleader of the movie. And so, and she didn't just do her role. She stepped in where we needed
Yeah.
her. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
she stayed, because we originally were going to shoot a short film afterwards. And
Yeah,
we didn't know like what we were doing, because we didn't exactly know how exhausted we were going to be.
I still want to talk to Amanda about
Yeah,
that. We've
but
talked about that.
Yeah. There's a short film we want to have her in where he's the bad guy and she's the lawyer, and it's called Burn Baby Burn. It's actually a really good little script that we'll
It'll
do.
be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
it'll be fun.
And so, but she has that really. I hate saying I keep, because she gets not mad at me, but she's like, everyone thinks I'm a Jezzy. Like I always get the roles where I'm the Jezebel.
Hey,
and I'm
look,
like,
man.
I hate. And she also said, but if I fit the role, let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
Before we tell her the other part of the surprise, I'll just say, it came down in my mind between Ariana and Manda, and Manda's got this edge, man.
Yeah.
like she's
Yeah,
got an
she does.
edge to her.
Yeah.
And I wanted Eva to be a little bit withdrawn and pulled back a little bit, but that edge is going to take her a long way, because
Oh, yeah.
it's very like sharp and cutting, and
Yeah, I
you
agree.
know, when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put her beauty with that,
Yeah.
she's got the
Yeah, and I won't
package.
say anything else about, because I want that information to be talked about whenever she's here when it comes to her role and
Sure,
everything.
yeah,
But yeah, so she's going to be coming in studio on the podcast. Yay! And
Yay!
along
Sweet,
those
can't wait.
lines, the second surprise is, and he made me make sure that we were recording when I told you this, which is why we talked about what we talked about before.
Dun, dun,
Aaron's going to come in.
No way.
Aaron's
Aaron, baby.
Aaron.
Stop.
The
Aaron.
voice of the devil
Yes.
in the movie, the voice of the
He's
enemy.
coming to Texas.
He's coming to Texas. He's gonna be on the pod.
Wow.
And I even told him, I'm like, hey, he's gonna come for a whole week, and he's just gonna spend some time with us. So
Wait,
I wanted
this
to tell
is so
you
special.
so we can schedule it out, so we can all four just hang out whenever we're here, or whenever he's
Yes.
here. He's gonna get one of our Airbnbs.
No way.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the pod. We could possibly do two where we have him on and then we have one where both of you guys are on.
That would be
You know?
epic.
Yeah, because he was there every day. Like he
Oh
was
my
just the voice, but he was
goodness.
there on set every day, not only doing the voice, but he was also shooting BTS, and he got some great BTS shots.
People went above and beyond. It was like, this is someone's role, and then this is how much they actually gave.
Yeah.
It was so special.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, so all of our families coming to
Yeah,
Texas?
coming to
Yeah.
Texas.
I did talk to Matt. He's our new marketing guy. He's going to be coming in.
Wow.
I've already got confirmation from Carl and Josh. Josh is the executive producer. Carl is the director. That they're going to try to come in hopefully by the end of the month or sometime next month. So
That'll be cool.
We've got everybody coming in. Yeah.
So epic.
Even if you're not on those episodes, I'm pretty sure you'd want to be here.
100%.
Yeah.
If I don't have a mic, I want to be sitting right there in the corner, like. But then you know me, I'll be like, wait, can I add to the conversation? I'll just
We'll
have
just give her a
I'll just have
mic.
a little baby
Just
mic.
give her a mic.
Yeah,
yeah. It's,
that's some good surprises.
yeah.
Sweet. So those are your two surprises.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy them.
I did. I mean, I was
Yeah.
expecting a puppy, but these are good too.
Well,
And
kind
since-
of. I
since
mean,
you don't get a puppy.
Aaron, I mean, he's puppy-like.
He's the best.
We
That's
love
awesome.
Aaron. We have a whole story because we auditioned the guy who auditioned with you, which we're about to watch her audition for everybody that's about to know. We're going to go through some of the content that we're going to talk about when it comes to the movie, but we're going to watch Ariana's audition for her role. And I also want to talk about Tim Llewellyn, who is the guy who auditioned with her. We auditioned him for The Voice. And it didn't work out to where he could be the voice, but then because that didn't work out, we got Aaron, and I think it, like we've said before, it was just divine appointment.
I've got stories about Aaron I'd like to talk about, but maybe we should.
Oh,
save
whenever
that
he's
for
on.
the
have to wait
episode
for him
that's
to be here.
We can't talk about him.
Yeah, but
whenever
I
he's
want
on.
your take on him because this is your episode. So.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. All right.
Well, she's gonna be there.
Yeah, but she'll be in the corner with her pom poms.
Oh, no, we're having one episode with it's both of them. Like, we can have both of them.
Well, then we're just gonna have to rehash old material then.
Okay,
So I'm sure it'll all come out.
sure. Whatever, Nick.
Whatever, Nick.
Whatever, Nick.
I love when he says "whatever, Nick" because I take him seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, Nick.
All right. Okay, bro. You said whatever.
Okay, so before we get into your audition, we need to ask you a few questions about your experience on set, other than what we've already talked about.
Okay.
And the biggest one is your experience with working with Antonio Sabato Jr. Antonio Sabato Jr. is our lead actor, who was the main lead in the entire movie. I would actually call you guys co-leads more than anything. But what was your experience? Because he's technically our celebrity that was on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of background on Antonio, sort of his IMDb, the short version. He's been acting for years.
Forever.
I think
Oh,
late
40
80s.
40 years.
Yeah,
He
the
is
late
an
80s.
icon, yeah.
When he was a young man and a model, I believe, he started acting and he
Did
name for
a modeling
himself,
stint
too.
with Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, and God knows who else. Bunch of people.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Oh my goodness.
And
yeah.
he's been through the 90s. He was in some pretty big movies, and he had some pretty big roles. And so he's kind of like Nick said, our celebrity. Your
Yep.
experience. Come on.
So your experience.
I want the
on it-
goods. I want all the
thi-
goods.
This is how I asked you afterwards, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was it like working with Antonio Sabato Jr.?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. Drum roll. It was a 10.
Okay.
And that's me being not just saying that, because
Yeah.
I have to say it. Honestly, I can wholeheartedly say that working with him was an incredible experience. Obviously, everyone knows who Antonio Sabato Jr. is. I
Right,
mean,
right,
even
right.
my parents were like, "Wait, you're about to be in a film with Antonio Sabato Jr." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I know.
Yeah.
Big things ahead." And so, and I knew a little bit about him only because when, the global pandemic happened and
Right.
Hollywood, people
Right.
had to start making choices. I remember seeing just a lot of stuff of him on the internet and him just really being a truth teller
Yeah.
and a
Oh, yeah.
lion is the best way I can
Right.
explain it. I'm like, whoa. And then I started kind of catching wind of the films that he was starting to be part of, which were, there was some like faith-based stuff. So that's kind of how I got introduced to who he was years ago.
Right.
And so, I mean, that alone set me up to be super excited to work with him of like, okay, I already know that we have the same beliefs. We have, there's just a lot of things that I'm like, wow, we really align. So at least
Yeah.
I know in that way, we're going to have some sort of connection. It's going to be easy to work together because our beliefs match. And that does,
Right.
how many sets does that happen on, right?
It doesn't happen very
yeah,
often.
exactly.
Yeah, I already knew like, okay, this is gonna be good. But we had a lot of table reads and stuff on Zoom, and
We did.
he wasn't
Yeah.
able to be part of them. So our first time meeting was on set, and also you guys trusted us, so we didn't even have a chemistry read, right? Like there was no knowing of what that was gonna be. And I guess for our film, it was okay because there's so much tension
Yeah.
in the characters anyway.
Right.
So
it kind of worked for camera.
it
Bleeds-
really
bleeds
did.
over,
Yeah. If there was
Yeah.
absolutely no chemistry,
Yeah.
it would have worked. But thank God that was just not the case. It was awesome. Obviously, like as I talked about in the last episode, like I really just I took my role very seriously in the film seriously. And so I just prayed. One of
Yeah.
the things that I prayed a lot about was just that my connection and relationship with Antonio would just be wonderful and lovely and that we would get along. And it's actually interesting because I think I landed in Michigan and I had a dream that night of us meeting for the first time. And it was just this like immediate family feeling.
Oh, good.
Like, oh, it's hey. And like, and so I woke up and I was like, God, that's so cool. I pray that that's how it is.
Yeah.
And it was 100% that. Like
Wow.
at the second that he came around the corner, it was like, hey. And he was just so wonderful. I just appreciate his work ethic. I appreciate the way that he just shows up
Yeah.
Yeah.
ready to not just give 100%, but to give 150%.
Yeah.
Antonio Sabato Jr. has an extra tank somewhere. I'm convinced. Like people that give 100%, and then this man will pull from even more. And so
Yeah.
he was such a champion. Like I felt like he'd give me this look of like, come on, there's
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just was so thankful to get to, like, in my first lead in a feature film, get to work with someone that was pulling the gold out of me on and off camera was so special. Like, he made me feel so loved, so seen, and he was a champion. He was a cheerleader, and just there were a lot of things that he said that I was very honored to hear that from him. And so it was awesome. I'm super thankful, became family, and just super thankful that we were able to build like a really cool friendship on set.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
I have my own little story about Antonio, just because there was, and it's kind of a part of post-production and what we saw that was on set.
Yeah.
And that was because during his standalone scenes, when he's on the phone talking with the voice, he's screaming. Like, he's screaming to the top of his lungs. And whenever he was doing our scene, like, he was losing his voice because he had just got through screaming. And then after our scene, the day we shot our scene, when he had a day off so he could recover. But I remember seeing, because Carl sent me clips, we've seen clips, the raspiness in his voice actually worked well for him because it sounded like he was choking up in that counseling session. Yeah. And so I remember that. I'm like, that was just kind of part of God's divine timing of, like, he gave 100%, 150%, and then and even in that scene, and there is one time in that scene where I jumped because he kind of went off script and he yelled, and I wasn't expecting that, and I was looking down, and it was like the camera was on him. Thank the Lord, because I kind of like jumped because he just like yelled at me.
No, that's real.
That's his style, man. On the other end of the spectrum, there was a scene that we were shooting where he was on the phone with the infamous voice, Aaron, and his character starts reflecting back on why he loved music and DJing, and he reflects back on his grandparents and his grandfather, who was a musician. And before we shot that scene, he looked at me and said, "Hey, man, what if I whip up some tears, man?" And I was like, Yes. Run with it, bro. Run. And so he really covers both ends of the spectrum really well. I mean, there were scenes where he was on the ground, like, this wasn't part of the directing. This was an actor choice, and where his anguish would drive him to his knees. Really good. When Carl asked me to, give the little departing speech after his last scene, the only words that came to mind were force of nature. I was like, this dude's a force of nature, man. Yeah. He's a force of nature. Yeah. So,
That's so cool. I tell people, I'm like, working with Antonio was an actor's masterclass. I would say, because he, in the moment, if he's feeling something, he will go there and you have to just follow. It's learning how to dance. And that's how he would be like, okay, let's dance. And I'm like, okay, what is that? The first time he said, I'm like, what does that mean? And then when we finally started getting into the groove right after day one, I was like, oh, he leads, I just follow. And so it was just this amazing masterclass of like, if he starts going off script and is feeling like, just go with it. And there was so much magic that happened in even that. Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah, I think that's going to show in camera as well. Yeah. Like just the way he would lead you, and you would follow, not just physically, but emotionally. Yeah. The character dialogue and everything. So, it was fun to watch us film that movie, man.
I can't wait to watch it. I just can't wait to watch it.
We're all very anticipants. We're all very anticipants. I can't give any updates from Carl because he wants me to keep all that under wraps, but it's getting very close.
Okay.
So he said we over and over again, he tells me we're approaching the finish line.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been hearing that since February.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No offense, Carl.
It's not a spoiler to say we know he's the primary editor on the film, right?
Yeah.
So he's editing it, and I'm just so curious because I believe that as the writer that editing is every bit as much storytelling as writing it, and so I'm so curious to see what editing choices he's made in the post-production process, putting this narrative together and laying it out and seeing just how his mind works. You know what I mean? Because I know the narrative, we all know the narrative.
Sure.
But what's it going to look like? How's it going to unfold? What are we going to see? So I'm very curious about seeing what choices he makes as an editor. I mean, not to mention a director. We all know that.
Yeah.
We saw it, but as an editor, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be cool.
It's going to be amazing. So I want to ask you a couple questions before we get started with the start and stop on your audition.
Okay.
Because we'll probably spend the majority of our time
on that.
on the audition itself, because I don't, Nick, you've never been to a actor intensive where they do a start stop if people are performing live, right?
My brother and we have
He
this
takes
game.
the longest times to respond. On
Excuse me,
anything.
Nick. I'm sorry. How long did it take you to get to her surprise? I'm sorry. What was
That
that?
is
a
true.
good 7.5 minutes. I'm just saying.
Half the podcast went to that.
Yeah, but my brother and I and our closest circle of friends have a game called the pause game, where we'll watch a movie and we'll when a thought comes, whether it's a technique, observation, or whether it's what our thoughts are on the performance happening, between I don't know.
That sounds both fun
whatever.
and annoying all at the same time.
It's more fun than annoying.
Okay. All right.
Annoying, annoying's the wrong word. It's fun because we're all mutually dissecting and breaking down this piece of art in the field that we all love. So
Right.
it's fun. So to answer your question, yes.
A pro.
Yes.
A pro at it.
So I want to go off script here a little bit when it comes to the
Okay.
questions I asked you, and I have a feeling you're gonna just answer the questions exactly how I want to answer. Who'd you vote for?
What are we talking about?
Antonio.
No, who'd you vote for?
For the
Yes.
election.
Yeah.
Who do you
Why do you have to whisper election like it's something bad?
Because are we going to get censored if I don't?
No, no, you
I'm
killed
just kidding.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I voted for Donald J. Trump.
Hey, she even pulled out the accent.
Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump. It's okay. Tell me why you voted for Trump.
This somehow this has something to do with your audition.
I know,
tape.
this
I don't know
is- yeah,
what.
this-
I just wanted to
He's
throw
like,
it in there.
plot twist. We picked you because you are-
We
you-
talk about politics and culture in this
Yeah.
podcast. So
Honestly, I just y'all. I really just love him. I love him. I think that he's just honest, and there's something about his personality that I just
Okay.
really appreciate. I also just love New Yorkers. They're black and white, and so there's something about Trump that I just really appreciate. I also, just as a conservative, as a woman that loves Jesus, there are certain things that I just strongly feel very black and white about. And so, for instance, abortion.
Thank you.
That's something that there's no
life happens at conception.
1,000%.
1,000%. Yeah. Now we're getting to
He knew us
nitty-gritty.
before
Yeah,
he knit us in our mother's womb. And so
Psalm 139.
there's just, we talked about it
One
last
could
time.
argue that's before conception.
One could argue that.
One could argue that.
That's an argument I will agree with you on.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Come on.
Let's go.
I love
I
that
got
I'm
some
just
agreement
bringing
out of it.
unity to this podcast.
I know.
So there's just certain things that just based on policy, I just completely
Okay.
agree with him. And even just as a person, he's so interesting to me because essentially Donald Trump has touched every mountain of influence.
Yes.
Entertainment industry,
Yep.
business, government. It's like this man has done so much. And I honestly, it's only Jesus. I have just a soft spot for him.
Yeah.
I gladly voted for him. There's some people that are like, oh, I just voted based on policy. And I'm like, no, I voted because of policy, but also because I genuinely believe in him.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
sounds silly, but
It
I
does. It's not silly.
genuinely
It's amazing.
believe in the guy and I see him
Yeah.
through the eyes of Christ. And I feel like God thought that it was a good idea for him to be president at this time in this point of history.
Yeah.
And the Bible, it tells us to pray for our leaders, no matter who's in office.
That's right.
We
That's
should be
right.
praying for the left as much as we're praying for the right.
I agree.
That is the heart of Christ. But if we're asking opinion, I voted for Trump and I'm proud of it.
All right.
So-
Also, my family escaped Cuba. So that's another layer that's really important is a lot of people are like, why are you so passionate about this? I'm like, well, did your family escape communism?
Yeah.
With that in that,
Interesting. That's an interesting
I want to
perspective.
go. I
I'd
want
like
to
to
follow
dive
up
into
question.
that a
Yeah,
little
we're
bit.
going to dive into that. So, is your family are they fearful of being deported
No.
because they came here the right way, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's squashed. We're going to get into that here in a minute. I want to ask one more question. As a woman, do you feel like your rights are being taken away?
Absolutely.
The face.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I feel so empowered.
Okay. Great.
But also it's because I'm a woman that follows the Lord and I
Right.
follow the Bible. And so people that are like, my body, my choice. I'm like, as a woman of God, my body is now a temple to the living God. So actually all my free will has been given up. And so I have now given him my body.
Yeah.
And I know that his words, what it says about life. And so actually I'm so empowered because I have died to Christ and he now lives in me.
Let's freaking
And
go.
so what I base my life on is the truth of the Bible, which is the word of God.
Yeah.
And so as that, I feel so empowered. And being a woman living in this nation, I am so thankful because I have been a missionary to Cuba. And I'll share this very quickly.
Yeah.
But I was a missionary in Cuba, and I was sitting in a circle with girls that were about my age and a lot younger, and I was teaching dance.
Right.
And I was sitting there and I looked at the girls and I was like, just it was their first time meeting me. And so I said, okay, let's go around the circle and let's share our name and share like a dream that we have. And they look at me, and one of the girls looks at me with tears in her eyes and she goes, Ariana, we can't dream here.
Whoa.
And I go, oh my gosh. And it's almost like I felt insensitive, but obviously that wasn't my heart, like I'm like, these are young girls, I'm like, what's your biggest dream? And she goes, we can't dream here. Like this country, we can't dream. And
Talking about Cuba.
Yes.
Oh
and it
my
hurts to
gosh.
dream because we know that those dreams can't come to pass.
Oh my goodness.
And so immediately I'm overtaken with gratitude for our nation and the freedom that we do have and the fact that God made it where my family would come here. And so I look at these girls and I go, I understand the nature of this country and what you're under. I go, but for 10 minutes, can we just imagine what it would be like if our dreams did come true? If you could dream anything in the world and believe that it could come to pass, what is that thing in your heart? And one by one, I just saw this like oppression come off these women as they just shared dreams with tears in their eyes. And it was like for a moment, God created space for these women to dream.
Wow.
And so I came back with this gratitude of like, nothing is perfect. No place is perfect.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not naive to that, but there is so much to be thankful for in light of what other nations are under.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Can you share some of those dreams
Man.
they named off?
Oh, being a doctor, being a dancer,
Nice.
even over there, like the internet is restricted. It's communism. So they
What?
can. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they were excited to even have someone that was a dancer to teach them dance because they're like, we only have like VHSs from like the early 2000s,
No
like Step Up. So we
way.
just learned dance from there. And so,
That's incredible.
it's different. People don't understand. So it was just like, oh, I would love to just learn how to dance. I'd love to cook. I'd love to cook. I'd love to be a doctor. And just one by one, it just, their eyes were lighting up as these
That's incredible.
simple, to us, right? Those
Yeah.
were the dreams we would write in elementary school. Like, what do you want
Yeah,
to be when you grow
yeah.
up? And these girls are still dreaming that at a later age because of the fact that they
Man.
can't make their dreams come true.
That's awesome to talk about because our dreams are coming true right now when it comes to
Wow.
like the movies and everything. And sometimes we even take that for granted whenever it comes to
Yeah.
our impatience about the movie
Wow.
getting made and getting edited and all the stuff that's coming at us. Because I don't think the spiritual warfare for us came until after we shot.
Yes.
That's when
I
it
will
started
agree.
coming to
Yeah.
us. It started coming to us whenever we were going straight into post-production. I remember whenever Carl was putting the trailer together that we saw last time, he was putting it together. He was about 90% done, and then his entire system crashed.
Yes.
His file became corrupted, and he had to go out and spend $8,000 for a new computer
Studio, basically.
to-
Editing studio.
Yeah.
to be able to like start all over. And and he still got it out in record time when it comes to that trailer, like record time. So
I'm still reeling, man. Your testimony. It makes me feel bad. I just voted him because he makes me laugh.
that's not why you voted for him.
But I think that's
He's
not,
hilarious,
That's not
dude.
why you
He's
voted for him,
hilarious.
because you believe he is the best guy
I
for the
voted
job.
for, yeah.
Don't sit there and try to get a soundbite.
Hold on just a second.
That was wild.
I
But you know
know.
what, Nick? I hope you get a soundbite.
She's
And
always,
I hope it
she's
goes
always,
viral.
She's always taking
I-
your side.
well, because-
There's never siding with
because
me.
here's the
Well,
thing.
it's because-
Nick, well, go ahead. Why do you think I
I wear
side
the
with
white
you?
hat. You wear the black hat. I mean, you can't side with the black hat. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say because you're
Go ahead, Ariana.
you're the writer, so we have we have a special connection.
That's right. Yeah, you're just the
What,
producer.
so the producer is like the guy that's the black sheep of the whole thing.
No, you're
I mean,
special too.
I'm the one that like got the money for one, so you guys be able to have a movie.
You're so right.
Like,
So basically, to put this all together, dreams come true, and we all need each other. And God bless America. Truly.
There you go.
Hashtag America.
America.
Okay,
Oh, it's
so
so
let's. That took a turn, bro.
That was awesome.
That was a good turn.
Dang.
We need to do more. You need to come on board for more political stuff. That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
absolutely.
Yeah, I have a heart for that. I think we're
I think you
called
do
to
have
talk
a heart
about
for it.
Yeah.
It's not just we're called to talk about it. We're called to make sure that not only we are held accountable, but our leaders are held accountable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the left just doesn't understand. They don't understand accountability because they don't want to be held accountable, but they want to hold people accountable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not how it works.
It's counterfeit compassion, and it's a counterfeit love, and
Exactly.
it's
I love
counterfeit.
Counterfeit
Yeah.
compassion. Yeah.
It's counterfeit.
Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right
Their
now.
their indignation is never authentic. Like when they're angry or mad, it's all counterfeit.
Well, because they didn't
said.
call, we're getting into the nitty gritty of it, but they didn't call for accountability on the Epstein files whenever Biden was in office. But now that Trump's not releasing them, they're trying to we're holding you accountable.
Well, of
where was the
course.
accountability in the Biden office to release them?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, there are so many examples of that two-sidedness going on. I mean, it's yeah. There's no ethos at all. Like there's none.
Ethos. Write it down.
Ethos. There's no ethics. There's no quality of ethics.
We have an
existence
ongoing
of
argument of
ethics.
he uses.
He
words
doesn't
that nobody
understand the
uses.
words I use.
Yeah.
I speak English, but sometimes it comes off as like Latin to him for some reason.
Wait. She's on here. We haven't asked her this question. We're going to ask her this question.
okay.
Well, she was going to say something. What
No,
was
you
it?
go ask first, and then I'll see if this ties to it.
Okay, so we have an ongoing argument of if people know the word scurrilous.
Oh, we've already talked about this at
But
during
we haven't talked
Burgers.
about it on the pod.
Okay, so where are we going with this?
Did you know what the word scurrilous meant before we told you?
No, and I don't
Okay.
remember what it means after you told me.
She still doesn't know what it means, Nick. She still doesn't know what it means.
That's not my fault, bro. You're looking at me like I'm responsible.
I'm not looking at you responsible. What my argument is, stop using those kind of words that nobody knows. And his argument is, I don't care if they don't know it.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument. Nick, you're always putting words in my mouth, man. People know what scurrilous means. There are people out there who don't know what an arball is either.
I don't. Well,
there's a holiday named after it.
Since we've had this argument of scurrilous, the word scurrilous, I've seen the Speaker of the House use it. We said that
wow.
and he said it, and he was referring to the Democrats because scurrilous means like a bad person, like they're bad behavior. They're scurrilous, like conniving behavior.
You can't trust them.
You can't
That's
trust
what it
them.
means.
Yeah, it's a scurrilous person. You can't
Untrustworthy.
trust them. But after that little incident of Mike Johnson getting up and saying the Democrats are acting very scurrilous, I had to send Nick that.
And you're like, I just hit the mic. They used your word.
They use my. I know.
I was like, Nick, guess what? And then I'm watching a new show.
I was actually proud of Nick for admitting that. I didn't think he would admit it, but he did.
I'm watching a new show called, well, not a new show, but I haven't watched it yet, and it's been out. It's called The Good Wife. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it? Mm-mm. Oh my gosh, The Good Wife is not The Good Wife. She's the villain throughout the entire story. But it's a story, or it's a show about lawyers.
Okay.
And politics.
Very scurrilous.
And at least 3 times in that entire show, they use the word scurrilous.
Yeah, so it gets used.
And 2 of those times was in the
media.
first 3 episodes. So
yeah, so
I was like, and I would record them as I'm watching and send it to things. Like, look, they used the word scurrilous.
This is such a thing between you two, and I always end up in the middle of it.
You do, yeah. And you don't want to choose sides, but
Well,
you
because
always.
I'm just
No, here's how it goes. She doesn't want to choose sides, but she always ends up choosing Nick's side.
I know, man.
Every time.
I'm also just not as emotionally invested in this one. I'm like, it's not a word that I'm particularly super attached to.
Which is that drives in my point that no one knows the word.
See, it's a circular argument because
she was just disappointed that she basically took my side without knowing she took my side.
It's kind of disappointing, but yeah, it's a circular argument. Some people know what it means. Some people don't know what it means. Some people know what it means. Some people don't know what it means. I mean, we're going to go around and around and around, and because he can't let go of a victory that has eluded him, he's going to chase it and chase it and chase it.
We went to people in the gym and just asked them.
This is not the first time on our podcast.
Speaking of victories,
yeah,
I don't know. I just wanted to. I wanted to do a Nicholas and be like, oh, that he's good at transition. So speaking of victories,
yeah.
Oh, cappuccino. Speaking of coffee, no.
Speaking of coffee,
but before we go to your audition and do the start stop, we do have a good sponsor called Great Lake Coffee Co. There we go. They are based out of Detroit, Michigan. That wasn't the smoothest transition, but their cold brew is amazing. Go buy their cold brew.
Yeah,
Great Lakes
they're
Coffee
awesome.
Co.
They fueled us on
They
set.
did on set.
They did.
So we want to get into Ariana's audition. We actually have the footage for Ariana's audition. We're going to put it up on the screen, and we're going to do this whole start and stop. Do you guys want to watch it all the way through first, and then go back and do the start and stop, or just
No, it's a pretty long audition. So.
okay? So we'll just start and stop throughout the whole thing, and whenever you can get that up there, Mr. Wyme.
It's hard,
Hey,
okay?
there
No,
she
it's
is.
easy. You just don't do it.
Oh, and there you go.
Is that the start of it?
Yeah.
It jumps in the
Is it
middle,
a
yeah.
professional psychiatric opinion, or are you just trying to suck all the humanity out of being a human being?
Fine. It's hard if you want it to be hard, but that still doesn't change anything, Aiden. You don't go buy a pack, you don't open it, you don't light up. Seriously, how hard could that possibly
sounds like
be?
your mother.
No, don't call me my mother.
Well, that's kind of the same thing.
hit pause
isn't it?
right there, Wyme.
You always got to control.
That right there. Don't call me my mother. That was when I knew you knew your character. Because
Oh,
because
awesome.
yes, because all of her reactions up to this point were sort of she was absorbing information, and the great thing about you, Ariana, is you are expressive without being expressive, which tells me that what we see is that, but you don't see that, right? All you see is what's going on behind your eyes. Your eyeballs, basically. And so that's when I know, okay, she knows her character, because when you explosively went, don't call me my mother, that was a complete switch in your audition, sort of the way you framed the performance. And I was like, oh man,
so
this girl's pretty quick.
okay, keep going.
Sounds like your mother.
No, don't call me my mother.
Well, that's kind of the same thing, isn't it? You always got to control the situation, get your hands in everything, grab it, touch it, squeeze it to death. I mean, damn, man.
Pause it.
Gosh, you never change.
I've said those words.
Wow.
Yeah, like not as elegant as Tim did, but like when it comes to arguments and stuff that we had, like those kind of arguments have been had. All right.
Yeah, and look how invested she is.
Yeah.
This is a subjective actress. She's not worried about the script.
Oh, here
She's
we
worried
go with
about her
subjective
character.
and objective.
Honestly, though, this is wild because normally actors get feedback from like directors or acting teachers,
Yeah.
but to hear the feedback of the one that wrote it, this is a masterclass in itself.
Oh yeah.
This is awesome, Nick.
Well, thank you, though.
All right, go ahead.
What would your dad say?
You can be so mean sometimes. Seriously, what did I do to you? Sometimes I feel like you just want to hurt me, and I have
Great
no
timing.
idea why.
Eva,
No, let's go there. Why did you even marry me?
well, Eva,
Oh,
listen.
pause
Some-
it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Pause
added
it. That
that in.
freaking that freaking question. That freaking question. Why did you even marry me? Or like, I feel like you're just there. You're just trying to hurt me. And I've actually said those words in the relationship. Like that was actually kind of a reverse. And when it comes to our personal, anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, I could save it to the end, but I'm going to give a spoiler here. If you'll notice, she covers the ranges too. Maybe this is a kind of a educational. Hey, if you want to audition, this is a great audition.
Oh yeah,
study.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of anger coming out. Don't call me my mother and blah blah blah. But you'll notice as the audition goes on, the emotional scale starts to shift,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're not afraid to become vulnerable after all the anger and all that stuff. So great to watch out for
Yeah.
in an audition. I love that.
All right, go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like you married me just to torture me.
Well, no, come on, that's not true. It's not true at all.
Then
I
why?
love the face. Oh, you're good.
Why?
No, that was a choice.
Oh, that's right. That was choice.
Wait,
that
wait.
choice
Okay,
was
go
so.
back. We have to go
Yeah,
back.
go
'Cause
back,
that
go back.
choice, that for me as
Yeah.
an actor, that was the moment that, you know, when you rewatch a tape that you did,
Yeah.
and there's a moment where you go, oh, that was brilliant. And I didn't plan it. I was just
So
in
true.
it, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's a teacher
I did that
recently,
really well.
yes, that
Yeah.
says, don't show it, feel it.
Feel it,
Right? Because actors
yes.
want to show I'm sad, I'm angry. But
Yeah.
if you just feel it, it will show. And I feel like that was the moment that I'm like, oh, I finally caught what
Right.
feeling it feels like.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that pause was
You're
on
not
purpose.
indicating anything. It's actually
just
happening.
coming, yeah.
I will say this, Nick. She has a lot of pauses like that where it looks like the video stopped.
You know, I started to watch it earlier today and didn't get it. Yeah, I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
But it's just her, like, because she has some brilliant pauses, like the way she actually lets everything sit.
Yeah,
And so, anyway,
absolutely.
go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like you married me just to torture me.
Well, No, come on, that's not true. It's not true at all.
Then why? Why?
Very good, man. It's awesome.
Wasn't to torture you.
All right, pause it.
Man, that hurt.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that hurt.
Hang on, let me because I've done auditions myself, and emotional auditions like that. I think the one I was most anticipating whenever I auditioned for The Chosen, because not many white guys can audition for The Chosen.
Yeah.
But there was one big role, like it was going to be a recurring role for like several seasons, and I was really wanting. And that was whenever I was texting. I had an in with Dallas, like I could actually text him, and I remember doing my audition where when I watch it back, spots like that, sometimes if something goes wrong in the audition, you just play through it. So was that something that went wrong, or was that intentional?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm curious.
What do you mean? The silence?
The silence, because the silence was extended.
And it was on his end.
It was
Yeah.
You were waiting.
Well, the thing is that's the best part about having a reader that you can trust. So,
Okay.
who did my audition with me, we just work so well
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
that he won't feed me the line until he knows that I'm feeling it. And
Okay.
so I
Okay.
feel like that was
that's
a
good.
real
Yeah.
moment. That was like not just a character moment, but an Ariana moment in the sense of, when you just asked a very vulnerable question in an argument and the person is taking forever to answer. And there's like this pain of being like, why is it taking you so long to answer this? Like, this should be an immediate, like,
Yeah.
why did you marry me? Well, because I love you. And when that silence hits, you just realize, oh my gosh, I think everything I know about us might be a lie.
Ooh.
And so that's what I was feeling in that moment of like, you should have answered this 10 seconds ago.
That's incredible.
But you're
Yeah.
not. So what is like my entire marriage is falling apart before my very eyes because of your silence.
Did
That's
y'all discuss
so
that
good.
No.
beforehand?
No, it's like
No.
how I was talking about with Antonio. You just learn how to dance with your scene
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
he's wonderful to dance with. And that's what was happening here.
This is Tim Llewellyn, by the way. He's local to Dallas. Really talented guy. Go ahead.
Seriously? That's it. Wow. Pretty lame, Aiden. You didn't marry me because you love me. You didn't marry me because, damn, you wanted to. You didn't marry me because you thought I was beautiful. None of those reasons.
Eva, of course, all of those things are true.
Pause it.
You know,
When she turned to the side and smiled, that was the moment I'm like, this girl's good. I don't know why, but that was the moment. I remember because it just reminded me whenever I was watching her audition for the first time.
It does make for a certain dynamic
Well,
in the performance.
as an actor, great. You're looking at your screen partner. You're looking off camera. Everyone knows you know all the things. But when it comes to those like little eccentricities that you do, like if you're turning to the side or if you're just like the little mannerisms that you could put into the character, that's whenever I saw it.
Yeah.
So because she did as simple as turn to the side and smile, which I've seen that so many times,
Yeah.
almost to an annoyance. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
But and I'm talking about real life stuff,
Right.
not the movie or whatever. So yeah, that's when
It's
it had
real.
me.
Yeah, and
that's when it had me.
If you watch this like moment to moment to moment, which is kind of what we're doing, she does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like, like there was a moment earlier in the audition where you just made a line up. What was it? It was no, I want to know now, or no, go ahead or whatever.
Yeah.
You threw your hands up and
I said, let's go there. Let's go there. Okay,
yeah,
you
that's
wanna talk
right.
about it?
Yeah, let's go there. Let's go there.
I had to
And-
put a little bit of my Cuba Rican in it,
Yeah, absolutely.
because it's true. We're like, no, let's
Yeah,
go.
no,
Because in my culture, there's very much like, no, I'm strong too. Let's go. But then that's when you see we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
vulnerable. We're women.
Yeah.
There's a femininity, like there's a softness, and so that's the dance that I wanted. Before even knowing the fullness of the character, I was like, okay, if I'm bringing myself to it, it's that dance of I'm tough, but I'm really not as tough as I'm. Okay, fine. Oh, that hurt. I'm wailing. I'm not gonna let myself cry. This is funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh it off. Like it's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of the complexity of being
Yeah.
a woman. It's all, especially in these vulnerable positions where you're standing before the person you love the most and saying, do you love me? and are you going to
Yeah.
choose me? And they're not loving you or choosing you in that moment.
Yeah.
And so that's
yeah.
what I was trying to do in the midst of this audition. I took it deep, y'all.
Yeah. Well, the trick is, I think, for a lot of actors, myself included, when I have done acting, is all of the things you're talking about, we can hear you say, but they're actual processes that you're almost consciously aware of as you're inside the performance and you're inside the moment. And so talking about them and hearing them are two completely different things, but it's the same.
Right.
It's the same as it sort of plays out in the performer's mind. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
nothing's blank. You should never be blank.
Whoa.
All right, go ahead.
Sometimes people just.
Say it. I want to hear you say it.
Listen, I gotta go to work. You go to work. We'll talk later.
Oh, your music?
Oh,
Yeah.
pause. Dude, if ever I've heard snark,
Oh,
So-
your
your music.
yeah,
Your music.
the context being he's a struggling musician, and now your character is hammering him. Oh, your music? Oh, so snarky. Love it. Okay, we can keep going. That's all I had.
No, I've got something to say.
All right.
Maybe I shouldn't, but the way she snarked out, and you're pointing out the character that he's a musician with. I was the actor and the producer, so that was my artful craft.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of contention about one of my movies that's been in development for 4 years now. Because
Your movie?
Whoa.
that's what I'm talking about. Because that's how it was been written.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And I'm a firm believer in, like when you're writing a marriage scene or whatever, you don't go beyond kissing.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm a firm believer in that when it comes to writing a movie or a TV show. That's all you, and you don't even have to show much of that. But that, especially if it's a marriage, you can show that, and I think actors, even Christian actors, can go through that. She did not like that.
Yeah.
Now I am to the point now where I'm like, she probably had a point, when it comes to being in a marriage and not kissing another woman, even if it's on set. Because I've always made this argument of when it comes to violence and sexual things happening on set, there's a difference of why
You can't
one
kiss somebody, but you can shoot them.
Well, no. There's a difference why the violence in movies don't affect people the way nudity and sexual acts affect people when it comes to the person viewing the movie. Because the violence, everyone knows because they're at a movie, this is fake.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the sexual stuff, it's
whoa.
actually happening.
It's actually happening. Which is why I say
So-
you can't kiss them, but you can shoot them.
Yes, exactly. In the movie.
We've
So-
had this conversation before.
No, that's really good.
Mark came
You're
out a lot.
giving him the delirium tremens. Delirium tremens? Delirium
This
tremors.
is like
Write it down.
sucralous. I don't know what that
Right.
even means. I don't even know what it means.
Scurrilous.
Oh, there you go.
Scurrilous. Scurrilous. Yeah.
I'm a scholar in the word scurrilous now because of freaking Nick. Anyway, all right, we're gonna keep going.
My music. Is that okay with you, Eva? I mean, wasn't that the arrangement? It pays the bills, doesn't it? No, hear me out. Listen to me. You're in school, I pay the bills. That's the plan.
Babe,
I'm sorry, they're just jingles, but if that's what the clients want, then that's what they get.
I didn't mean it.
Babe, no, it's all good.
There's that
You just do your
turnabout.
thing, whatever that is. Your research or
Emotional
whatever.
turnabout.
When are you coming home?
What?
Home.
Is that some sort of, you being metaphorical?
No.
I need time.
Time?
Leave me alone for a few
Aiden.
hours.
Aiden? Aiden!
Is that the end of this audition?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's different sides for different scenes.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, pause it.
That's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was yeah.
So what?
We're not going to give away the secret of what the little last part of that back and forth is because that's go see the movie. You'll be able to see what that was all about.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was just gonna say, what I look for when I'm going through audition tapes. Let me rephrase that. What I have discovered that I look for when I go through audition tapes. Because, you know,
This is the
I've been
first one.
doing this for 10 months. Is everything you saw right there? It had emotional variation. It had authenticity in your eccentricities.
Hey, I used that word
Write
earlier.
that down.
Everybody uses
Write
that
that
word.
down.
You can't have that argument with eccentricities and scurrilous. It's two different words because
I
everyone knows
can too,
eccentricities.
and I'm impressed again. But it had those sort of, I don't know if I would call them strategic silences, even though they're kind of tactical. Those silences, if you got all these other things pegged in an audition, those silences just make you yearn for more.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah.
studying the tape are just sort of yearning to hear what happens next, and that's they call that investment. Like they get invested. So rock and roll,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, let's watch the next scene. This is, I think, a scene with her on the phone with the voice. And this is the scene which made us want to audition Tim.
I know who you are.
Oh? And who am I, Ava?
Him.
Him, my love?
The snake.
Oh. You know, friends can come in all forms, dear heart. In truth, it does not matter who I am. It only matters who you are. Must I prove it?
All right, pause it. That little quiet laugh is, I think, was what got me when it
Really?
comes to wanting to audition Tim. Yeah.
You know why? Because it sounds like a snake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's kind of got that.
There's like a
snaky sort of-
hiss behind the laugh.
Yeah. I'd love to show you guys or let you, because his was all voiceover audition, but
Yeah.
when it comes to that one line that where he like screams at,
I want to turn your soul to black.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's in the last
oh,
scene.
is it? Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, let's hear it.
Not
You
in
know, you
this one, the
still
one
haven't
after.
done the simplest thing of all. Merely hang up the phone, Eva.
Got some physical blocking going on there. Not bad. Not bad.
I love your background, by the way. Yeah, it's a good audition background. All right, pause it. What fell?
The phone.
Okay, the actual phone fell. Like, was it supposed to?
No, that
Okay,
was
all right.
that was a happy accident. I was like, whoa, that was so good.
Okay.
The phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Star performance from the phone.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Sacrificing the cellular. Okay.
Wait, can I pause this real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah.
Just because people have to understand.
Okay.
The sides that I got, it like, because the first one was obviously like sides, and then
Yeah.
the scene that we just watched in this one, a lot of it was like, there's a phone, right? There's not a lot of direction,
just acting.
and then it was like,
Yeah.
and then you're looking at the phone, and then you're scared, and
Yeah.
so even this, I wasn't given much. It was like you're watching something intense on a
Right.
computer, and then you horror scream. And so you know, so
yeah,
there's no
yes.
background of like what I'm really watching. It's just like I
Right.
don't know if it was you or Carl or who put the direction of like you're watching something on a computer, you're invested, you're in it, and then you scream. So
Well,
I just had to.
What do you
look.
do?
let me
You
tell
know?
you.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
tell you what that. Oh, sorry. Let me tell you what that was all about, because that was actually me having conversation with Carl and Nick. But we wanted to be able to audition a horror scream, like you know, what it looked like. And I remember whenever, because I can remember the top three. It was you, it was Amanda, and another friend of mine who lives in Louisiana that I've worked with before. All very talented actresses, you know. And so that was the moment that I was going to be like, whoever has the best scream, you know. And Amanda and I'm forgetting her name now. I even dated her. The third one said, "Don't give me that eye roll." Don't give me that.
Okay, keep going.
That hers, she had a lot of the third one. She had a lot of problems with hers when it comes to her audition coming through. But I remember I was looking for a very long scream, like a very horror long scream. That's what I was looking for.
The Wilhelm.
Yeah.
You don't know what the Wilhelm is?
No,
do you?
I have no idea.
Now I'm excited to see what scream
Yeah.
I gave.
So, okay.
Award-winning
Yeah.
scream.
Award-winning
My
scream.
scream passed the test, is what you're
I
saying.
think so. I honestly, yours the one that I don't remember. Maybe
Yeah.
that's for a good thing because it didn't like because I was looking
That's
for
good.
wrong is what I was looking.
Yeah, I
for,
mean, at
you
this
know?
point, I was already sold. So
Yeah.
anything that happens that really, Tim's little blast at the end is the
Yeah.
the strongest part of the end of that. I was like, oh my gosh, who's
yeah,
that guy?
yeah,
But
yeah.
we were
Okay.
already sold, Ariana.
All
Don't worry
right,
about it.
go ahead.
What do you want?
Oh, you hit your background.
Which made it even creepier.
It did.
I want to tear your world apart.
Okay, you hit pause on that.
that wasn't creepy. That was a little.
Yeah,
Scary.
yeah. What I'm thinking of was the audition tape he sent in.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I want to turn your soul to black. And he
Yeah.
was just really screaming. And it was
Whoa.
really sinister sounding.
He's amazing.
Yeah, it was very good.
By the way, I remember the third girl's name. Her name is Ashton Lee.
There we go.
remember.
Yeah,
her.
I just want to
Yeah.
make sure I got that on the
Yeah.
record. I didn't want her seeing this be like, he doesn't remember my
You
name.
don't remember my name.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But I think
was it.
Ashton was the only one that actually, because you and Amanda had that kind of scream, like it was more of like a jump scare type of
Yeah.
scream.
Yelp.
Ashton was the one that was like a long, drawn out scream. You know what I mean?
Well, let's just say I did 50 of those in the
Oh,
filming
sure.
of the movie.
100.
Also, it was just funny because I live in
Yeah.
an apartment, y'all. And so you're saying,
Yeah.
give us the loudest horse scream. And I'm like, these
Yeah.
people are going to be the first scene is someone yelling at me, an
Yes.
argument. The second is I'm like, the life of being an actor. My poor neighbors are like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So
I want to actually, maybe I still have it because Tim sent his auditions to me. And I want to, oh, yeah. Okay, so let me see if this will come through. I'm going to put it up to my mic, Wime.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
I'm gonna turn your soul to black.
Yeah, like that was, I wanted him to give me 3 takes. That was one.
Isn't that great?
Here's another one.
I wanna turn your soul to black.
Yeah.
that one sounded like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I wanna turn your soul to black.
So,
The
yeah.
first one, that
The
was that would
first
have been the
one.
winner
So
for
the-
me.
I wanna turn your soul to black.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that sounds like it's coming from the underworld. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
creepy,
yeah.
and it's
So-
different from what Aaron is. There's a different. It's cool to
It
see
is
how there's
different,
so
yeah.
many versions
Yeah.
of what that could have been.
It could, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, and I loved him to death, we actually reached out to offer him the role, but other things got in the way, and so we had to go a different direction, and that's how Aaron got it. And Aaron will be on the podcast hopefully in the
Yeah.
next 3 weeks.
And Aaron
So-
just nailed every line.
oh man, like
The first time I saw him on Zoom read that role, I was like,
Yeah.
is he a stand-in or is he
No,
like our
he's
guy?
our guy,
This is what I was
yeah.
thinking. I didn't know who he
Yeah,
was. I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, dude.
plus
That voice is awesome.
you can hear Aaron's voice on the trailer. So if you want to go back and watch the trailer, anybody listening or watching, go back and watch the trailer, and you're gonna hear Aaron's voice. It's
Yeah.
like, hello, Eva.
That was good. If Aaron ever needs a stand-in, we know who to call.
So, and I've heard that trailer so many times that I can literally just repeat everything he says.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
super talented guy. So I think, are we at the end of our time? Yeah, we're approaching. I know you got a heart out at 3, so yeah, it's already been an hour.
It goes by so quick.
Yeah.
That was fun, man. I enjoyed breaking down the tape.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was
good
awesome,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
Just kind of letting you know.
by the way-
getting into your head while you're performing it, and then
Yeah.
inviting you into our head while we're
Yeah.
judging it
Yes.
because we're very judgmental.
I mean,
We
as
have
you
to
have,
be.
you have to
You
be.
know.
You
We have
have
to
to
be. For
find the
that, yeah.
person.
Yeah. That was
But
fun, man.
I will say this was Nick's idea to watch the audition and critique it, and then it was my idea. Like, hey, let's do a start stop. And you're
I
like,
love
yes.
that. It's so good. It gives insight, I think.
I hope
to just
so.
the process.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah, I hope
acting
so.
and
Not
auditioning
only
and
to you and to whomever else might be facing down on audition, in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
near future.
Yeah.
The audition of a lifetime.
the audition that
Maybe it'd be
changes
for one of ours.
everything.
Well, yes.
Awesome. Okay.
So
So
good.
we're going to pray it out. Thank you guys for watching Nick's Right Podcast. This is another good one. Always a pleasure having the great Ariana Alvarez on. And I
Yep.
think you have volunteered, or I volunteered you,
You volunteered me
to pray us out.
to pray us out.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much, God. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your goodness, and we thank you for your faithfulness. Lord, I just pray over every listener that is watching this, God. And I even just as today, as we talked about dreams and the dreams that we have in our hearts and the beauty that we get to pursue those dreams. Lord, I pray for every listener that is holding on to a dream that you have put in them, Lord. And I pray that they would be patient, that they would endure, that they would not give up. But in the proper time, they will reap a harvest. And so I pray over those dreams, God. I pray the suddenly of God over their lives, that they would not give up, but that they would hold on knowing that you are good, you are faithful, and you are God that will finish what you have started. And so, Lord, we give you all the glory, all the praise. Thank you, Jesus, for who you are and the fact that we get to tell stories, but be part of the greatest story of all time, which is your story, Jesus. You being crucified, you resurrecting, you ascending and being seated at the right hand of the Father, and knowing that you are coming back again. So thank you, Jesus, for your story and that we get to be part of it. We pray these names in your perfect name, Jesus. Amen.
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 Amen. Thank you guys for watching Nick's
Rock
Right
on.
Podcast. See you next time.
Next time.